Please welcome the adorable Justin Long, everybody. Justin Long. Hello, Justin.
Hello, Mr. Ferguson.
How are you, my dear?
Very good.
Really? You all right? You all right?
You can say my dear, right?
Hey, I can say my... Now that I've reached my dotage, I can say, how are you, my dear?
That's all right. Yeah. I'm very well, thank you.
That's a good old man voice, but you're terribly young.
Well, I don't feel it all the time. I was sympathizing with you. And for the Asian thing, too. You do look... Now that I'm close to you, I can see that. You look... I can see... exceptionally Asian.
Careful, Junior. All right. What age are you, then? What age are you?
I'm 30.
30?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, look at you all growing up with your tying your own shoes.
That's right. Got a little tie on. I didn't actually tie my own shoes tonight.
Do you, what, you got loafers?
I got some, yeah.
Oh, they're nice. Well, check these babies out.
My friend Ken Cummins.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
Mr. Ken Cummins.
What, that's a guy who makes shoes?
That's right. Well, he put them on me.
You have a guy that puts your shoes on?
That's right. I'm a shoe guy. Yeah.
Man, you've really gone Hollywood.
Of course. My shoe guy Ken, sure.
Yeah, really? The guy puts your shoes on?
I'm not going to do it with my own hands.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's the mistake I made as a young man. I put my shoes on once too often.
No.
Ruined my feet.
No, you get calluses.
Yeah, no, I did. My dancing days are over. Now, hey, listen, are you an East Coaster?
I am. Fairfield, Connecticut.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about... Did you get a fright with the earthquake last night?
Last night, there was? I clearly know. I wasn't even aware.
Were you right?
It was my own... I had the delirium tremens, so...
Yeah, but it
was a natural earthquake for me.
No, there was an earthquake last night.
I didn't even know that.
Well, that's...
Well, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not confrontational.
Are you calling me a liar?
I have the seismic data to prove it.
Yeah, wait, I'll get my computer. Hold on.
Was there... How it's not even plugged in.
It's not even plugged in, I know. All right.
You have a lot of stuff over there.
I get stuff over there, yeah. It's because this isn't a real studio, it's a closet, and some stuff.
There's a lot of wigs, mostly female clothing.
Yeah. Feathers and a couple of
some garments.
Self-massagers.
Right, yeah.
Because I get stiff, you know.
I understand. Yeah. I got one of those
back scratchers.
Back scratchers in Chinatown, and it was a pole with a little baby hand, plastic baby hand, plastic, obviously. Like I have to.
You wouldn't be a
plastic.
real baby.
It wasn't a real baby hand.
Whoa. Steady, everybody.
Yeah. It was a really special little shop,
tiny hands are really creepy, aren't they?
It was creepy, but I wish I had it with me. I walked around with it. No, the back's fine. Well, now it's really fine.
Yeah, there you are.
Now I feel really great and relaxed.
Yeah, there you are.
But I put it in my arm here, and just so the little baby hand was sticking out like this. And Kristen Wiig does a skit like that on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, she does.
It's so funny. But I was going around, and there were a lot of tourists walking around. It was in Chinatown on a Sunday, and people were coming up to me saying, "Hey, man, I just want to say, like, you know, I saw you in the movie, I want to shake your hand." And it happened probably like 7 or 8 times, and I swear to God, only one person acknowledged the baby hand.
Right.
They were shaking.
That's nice, though.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I had this little baby hand. I would go, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too." With the little plastic baby hand, and they would go, "Anyway," not even look at it. "Anyway, just want to say thank you," and they walk away.
That's good, though. That makes me think that Americans are doing well. That's a little survey. We're doing well. We're polite. We're not,
They're not judging little hard baby hands.
No.
But now I'm thinking they're saying to their friends, like, "I met that guy in that movie or the commercial or whatever," and like, I couldn't tell on TV, but he has a plastic baby hand. He has like...
No, well, people say that to me. People say, "Oh, you're taller." I'm like, "How big's your TV?" That's so stupid. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, I thought you were about
I thought you were about the size of my phone.
I had a lady come up to me, a stewardess,
A stewardess came up to you?
Shockingly.
You were not in coach, buddy, I tell you that.
And she said, "Can I get you something to eat?" It was a crazy story.
Right, and that was right there,
But she went up to me, she goes, she's kind of nervous, but like very earnest, and she goes, "I just have to tell you, Richard Simmons was on my flight a few weeks ago, and I have to tell you, you are much better looking than him." I was like, all right. And I was like, at first, like, sort of, I swear to God, and I was like, I guess sort of complimented, but then I started thinking about it, like, am I in his sort of category of people? Like,
a little bit.
I mean,
a little bit. No, a lot of people said to me, when I said you were coming on, and people were like, "Oh, the exercise guy?" I'm like, "No, the other one. No.
Well, either way, the guy with the short shorts.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Short shorts in the bowl cut, not short shorts in the afro. That's how they distinguish us.
Have you ever had your hair in an afro?
No. I know. I wish I
I've
could
probably
do
got
that.
a wig here if you want to try it
I'm
out.
sure you do.
No, it's missing.
No. Kind of keep it straight.
I don't know where it is. Now listen, is it true you room with Jonah Hill?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you don't anymore?
No. We went our separate. We're still very good friends, but we
broke up.
It got to be like an old married couple. We were fighting over like
marijuana.
Well, sadly, no. Yeah.
You're laughing because it's true.
Well,
yeah.
We didn't really fight over that.
You don't fight over marijuana.
No,
you giggle over marijuana.
That's right.
Yeah. You fight over whiskey, giggle over marijuana.
Right. They're fun fights.
Yeah.
We did giggle over marijuana, and we fought over recycling. Oftentimes, like we had this. He would recycle everything. Like I'd find like banana peels and like little shards of glass and marijuana in the recycling bin, and like. I was like, Joan, we were starting getting like little fights like that. Like you let the bathroom door open, like you didn't clean up after yourself. So
it's best to get a divorce.
Yeah, we got amicable separation.
Hey, we're out of time. We forgot to talk about the movie, but it sounds great.
It is.
We got a clip.
We'll be right back with Lawrence Block. Oh,
we have a clip.
I think there's a clip.
When now?
Yeah. Richard Simmons is not in it.
No. Let's find out. Let's have a look at the clip then. I'll be going to see that. Justin Long, everybody. We'll be right back with Lawrence Block.
Thanks, Joe.
Told you it was good. Justin Long, everybody. It's good to see you.
It is a pleasure to be back on the show.
It's
been so long, Geoff. How are you? How are you tonight?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I was partying with Jesse.
Oh yeah.
Stage, yeah. We were.
You know why they call him Jesse? He has that thing with the marijuana.
That's classic Jesse.
That's classic Jesse. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you see when you go up to Jesse, by the way, if you've forgotten, is the guy whose wife is in watching the show in the studio audience tonight, and he's waiting in the car outside.
In the car.
In the car.
I'm dying to know what he's doing in there. I want to know about their marriage. I want to know. And let's address the elephant in the room. In Jesse's defense, sweet lady, but the laugh is a bit.
The laugh is a real thing. No, that's a real thing.
In Jesse's defense.
No, but Jesse has no defense.
Yeah,
he has no defense.
It's true.
He brought his wife
It's crazy.
1,000 miles.
To
come and see the show, and he sat in the car.
It's crazy. What is he doing? Jesse, will you come out here? I brought him with.
No, he's not here. He's not here.
That, and I missed Geoff. You were workshopping a new voice, and I liked it. It was a little bi-curious, maybe. And I really, I miss it.
You fancied my voice.
I like it, Geoff. I like his regular voice.
Right.
We had 2 weeks of completely random personalities for Geoff while he was being rebooted.
He's workshopping.
Yeah, and it was a terrible. People were so angry.
Yeah.
Jesse came down from Northern California. Have you ever been up there to Northern California? Because you like wine.
I love wine. Why do you say that?
Well, you gotta.
I actually don't. I don't.
No, you look a bit like a drinker, a little bit.
I do. And I just came back from Vegas. So speaking of drinking.
Oh, do you have a problem then?
Well, lying down for this. I wouldn't say a problem. I just. Yeah, but with wine specifically, I do. I have a conditioned response to it. I have like a Pavlovian response. When I was at 19 years old, I got so drunk on wine, and I threw up in a way that was like, it was like a bath faucet of just red, just, when you pour on, just like constant throw. I went back to the table and I continued drinking, and I was so sick for 2 days that I not even a funny story, just sort of a sad alcoholic.
It's kind of think of me as your counselor.
Yeah, no, I do.
All right.
This is why I'm here.
Well, I think we're going to have to stage an intervention. We got Jesse going to come in from outside. And
we're gonna do dueling interventions. We're gonna do like a marriage intervention on him, and he'll do a.
They don't need a marriage intervention. They've worked it out for themselves, right? Yeah, they're fine.
She seemed very, speaking of spunky dust, she seemed spunky.
I think she's on crystal meth.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
You think?
So, listen, you were up in Vegas. Did you do any of the old spunky dust when you were up there?
No. I said I want to go to Vegas and not do any spunky. I'm going to try Vegas without spunky dust.
And so what did you do?
It was awful. I met, we were in a cab. We had I thought for sure I was on text.
We were in a cab?
I was with my brother and two friends, and Christian, if you're watching.
Hey, Christian.
That's how I waved to my brother.
Whenever you come to the show, Christian, you're welcome to leave your vehicle and come on in.
Yeah, he's in the car.
Yeah.
But and this woman started, I asked her what was the craze. She was very forthcoming. We were chatty, and I said,
this woman you met, was she dancing somewhere?
No, she was driving us in a cab.
Oh, driving in the cab,
Did I not mention that? I'm sorry. And so I said, well, what's the craziest thing you've ever... And without hesitating, she said, well, I routinely take people to have sex with my grandmother. She said this. 92 years old, the grandmother is. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. She may have been making it up, but she said it in such a way. She seems so earnest about it.
So she routinely takes people to have sex with her...
She pimps out her 92-year-old grandmother, Maggie, her name is. And I said, what? I said, well, what does she do in the meantime? What does she do when she's not on the clock? And she said, I'm not kidding.
What did you say there?
When she's not on the clock.
Clock.
Yeah.
Clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shoots.
Yeah. It's just comedy rules, you understand, yeah.
Sure. When in doubt, look for a
Crikey.
reference. A clock reference.
Yeah.
A clock reference.
Right.
Anyway, she pimps out her name. Well, where was I? Yes,
you were talking about the 92-year-old whore in Las Vegas.
But I said, well, what does she do in her spare time? Like, what is this nymphomaniac? And she said, again, without hesitating, needlework. She loves needlework. Needlework, and she watches TV. So I was curious.
Do you think she's watching the show now?
She might be. Maggie, she said her name was...
No, you better not. No,
it was a made-up last name.
No.
It was actually...
Sparkles or something like that.
No, it was Hang Long. She said her name was Judy Hanglong. I know the last name was made up.
Right.
And her grandmother was Maggie, which is such a sweet sounding, like, I picture her doing needlework and like needlework.
Do you have a thing for are you physically attracted to old people?
Am I fit? Oh God, this is a loaded again.
Dude, you arrived with the story of the 93-year-old hooker. That's just here.
This is not a scripted show. Oh, no. Despite what the blogosphere might say.
Yeah, right,
which now you know.
So what were you doing in Vegas then? You weren't looking for old hookers? What were you looking for?
No, but I ended up finding love with a 92-year-old age.
No, wait. Let it go, man.
Sorry.
Let it go.
It's just what happened.
All right.
So I went there. I went there to go to the new Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh, the Michael Jackson one?
Michael Jackson, yeah, it's fun.
Was it good?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him play live, you know.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I saw him at Wembley Stadium on the Bad tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow. And do you remember, was this back in the day? I mean, back in your, yeah.
I don't know if I saw him at all, actually. What was that? What was that one?
I can't stop thinking about Maggie.
No. Dude, we can't anyway. We're out of time. So what do you want to do? You want a mouth organ, or do you want to go for the big cash prize? Or a new one I've just thought of. Guess what's in the box?
Oh. Again, speaking of Maggie.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, the lady with a cough like that. Okay, what?
I don't get to do awkward pause?
Well, you can do awkward pause.
I'm dying to do awkward pause.
Everybody wants to. Oh, the actors.
Okay, well, no, I'll do what's in the box. I'll do guess what's in the box.
Well, you know, I don't know what that is yet. It's a brand new right now, so...
Could I do both? Could I do a little awkward pause?
Yeah, you can do awkward pause and then finish the awkward pause by guessing what's in the box.
Okay.
And the box is in my mind, and what's in it is known only by Geoff. So Geoff will be able to tell you if you got the right answer. If you get the right answer, you win $50. So what time is it, Shadow Stevens?
It's time for the big cash prize.
Big cash prize. All right. There you go.
Okay.
So now you have to awkward pause and then guess what's in the box.
Did you say something?
So, what do you think's in the box?
I'm going to say a life-size cutout of Taylor Lautner.
Jeff, is that correct?
You, my friend, are absolutely correct.
Correct! $50! Justin Long, we were right back, everybody. I think I have to see this movie. Justin Long, everybody, Justin Long.
Yeah.
Welcome, Justin. You look sensational. Look, you're very arty. No, you do.
I don't believe that.
No, you. Why do you think I'm being insincere?
I don't know. I'm very insecure about what's going on here.
It looks good.
People have been saying variations of what the
Ay, caramba!
is that on your face. So it'll come out in the form of like, that's interesting. What's happening? That's a common one. What's happening here?
No, I think it's clear what's happening. That something gorgeous is happening.
Puberty is starting to happen.
Yeah, you look great. You're very artistic. You look like a French impressionist. Looks great.
That's nice of you to say. I want to say something to Nadia, actually, if she's still here.
Yeah, Nadia, the German.
Nadia, faul auf die Nüsse. Faul auf die... I get that a lot.
Yeah. I think what she's saying is, what is happening here?
What is this sort of weird pubic thing on your face? Faul auf die Nüsse?
Faul auf die Nüsse.
Am I saying it wrong? That's the one thing I know how to say in German.
What is that?
It means hit me in my nuts.
Oh, faul auf die Nüsse. Yeah. Is that something you've ever used before?
No, when I went to Berlin, for some reason, that was the one thing that I retained. I learned a bunch of...
I'd love to go to Berlin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? You haven't been?
Yeah, I've never been there. I'd really like to go to Berlin.
Oh, it's fun.
Did you go to Hansa Studios and record your seminal album?
No, I've yet to record the album. I went there for like 2 days, and
really?
I said "Follow up the new set" to a lot of people.
And any takers?
I was out.
All right, yeah. Hey, tell me about the film. It looks fascinating. What goes on?
Thanks. Yeah, it's about a writer who is courting this girl, and he's very insecure, and so he kind of creates a persona based on her Facebook profile, based on what he thinks she would like.
Oh, right. So he I see. Because she says this is the things that I like, and so
yeah, things like so he learns like guitar. He learns how to play the guitar, which was based on something that happened to me. I took guitar lessons from this guy who just kept playing, you know, and he'd be like, here's how you do it, and he'd like play for a good 4 or 5 minute song. And then I'd go, okay, is that a C? How do you do it? And he's like, hold on, let me, and he would just keep playing songs. I was a terrible teacher. So Sam Rockwell plays that guy.
The guitar teacher?
The guitar teacher.
And that looks like Dinklage there,
That's Dinklage,
right? Yeah.
The great Pete Dinklage. We were so fortunate to have those guys. And Vince Vaughn plays a part. And
wow, couldn't you get anybody? What the hell, man?
We got really lucky.
Yeah. Well, no, lucky. You must have had some money or some, maybe some photographs of some people doing some stuff.
A lot of blackmail.
Yeah, no.
All of them, yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Vassar for 2 years.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It was a great ratio at Vassar. It was 62% female.
That's good, right?
I think so. It was for me, for someone who had a hard time with girls. And a lot of the 30% of the guys were not necessarily into girls. They were very...
So wait, let's play with the numbers here. 62% girls. We're talking, so out of that, we're gonna figure 50% heterosexual girls.
Ooh, that's kind. You're being kind. This is Vassar. Yeah, no, I would say probably about 50%.
All right, so 50% of the 62%.
They had a thing there called Lugs and Bugs, which was lesbian until graduation, and then bisexuals until graduation. Yeah, and then after graduation, they they didn't want to piss off their parents anymore, and they kind of went back to
I wish I had gone to this place. I felt I would have fit right in.
It was fun.
Yeah, what did you major in when you were there? English major?
I was a philosophy major.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Now,
yeah. My dad's a philosophy professor.
Is he really?
Yeah, great beard.
So what does he specialize in?
Medieval philosophy. So
medieval, so pre-Enlightenment philosophy.
Yes.
That's quite interesting.
Aquinas and Augustine. this is gonna kill tonight.
Never mind that.
You're gonna eat this up.
No, I'm fascinated by Thomas Aquinas. I think he never wrote anything after the age of about 33, which I find amazing.
Yeah, that's right. And my dad is the foremost expert on this guy, Richard Fishacre. Hold for applause. Hold for applause.
Yeah. Wait. We'll add it later. Yeah. Who's Fishacre then?
Well, he was pre-Aquinas, and my dad claims that Aquinas got a lot of his ideas from.
What, Aquinas ripped off Fishacre?
I
don't know if I'm ready for this kind of scandal on a Friday night talk show.
Scandalous. Oh, the hits on YouTube. This is going
to be crazy. People are going to be like, never mind the twerking, Fishacre. That's
yeah, well, that's in medieval philosophy. That's considered a.
Yeah, I have to study this a bit, and by that I mean Google Richard Fishacre. I think
but I had a great. I loved it. I loved studying, and I had my favorite class was this Plato seminar taught by this guy, Mr. Miller. But I worked. It was on a Friday. I chose the best. I knew Thursday night was a big night to go out, and I worked at this on-campus bar called the Mug, and so I would just get. I mean, you know.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. You were of the age. That's what you should do.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to.
Well, you know,
No. So you know, there'd be late nights, and but I think that my class was like noon or 1, and you figure that's enough time to kind of get
yourself together. Yeah.
But I would fall asleep, and but it was riveting, not because it was at all boring. And I remember Mr. Miller, who was such a great guy, and was such a great teacher. He would wake me up so gently. He would go, Justin, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but not like passive aggressively. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm teaching. I'm really. Oh, I'm sorry. This is great. This is good stuff.
This is almost like my education in no way whatsoever.
Yeah. How not?
Well, you know, first of all, falling asleep in class only happened when you were brutally beaten into that state.
Right.
And then by the time I was, you know, that age, I had been out of school for years.
Right.
But I am fascinated by the idea of Fishacre, eh?
Yeah, has he ever gotten this much?
No, but I think we're ready for Fishacre Week on this show.
Yeah. My dad's gonna love this.
You know who's? No, we had a.
He's gonna lose his mind.
No, Hugh Dancy, the actor Hugh Dancy, his father is one of the foremost philosophy professors talking about moral particularism.
Huh.
And we had him on the show to talk about moral particularism. Ratings went through the roof.
I bet.
Through the roof.
Yeah.
We should have your dad come on and talk about Fishacre.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Well, he would love it.
Well, I would too. And he probably wouldn't, and that's worth it. You know.
Yeah, right? Just to piss some people off.
Yeah. We have to take a break. We'll be right back with more. Green light philosophy. So, we were just talking during the break, and I found out that Justin's father is a philosophy, an expert on medieval philosophy.
Yes.
And so was he excited about your decision to go into show business?
It's funny you ask, because he was very open to it. He was very, you know, he's this very stoic guy. He's very thoughtful, and so he said, if this is what makes you happy, if this is the path you've chosen. My mother, on the other hand, who was an actress, was beside herself. Right. She was crying, no, please don't do this. Like, you know, you'd think I was.
Well, that's because she's an actress and she'd been in the business, and you now know this, that you don't want to have your kid experience rejection, which is going to happen to someone in show business, no matter who you are.
Right. So she was petrified of that happening. Right. And came around just when I started working. But because I grew up, and for a while, the last thing I wanted to do was be an actor. I grew up seeing her and go through it, and I mean, just rejection. And we used to run around New York City with her. Right. So it wasn't. It wasn't like the impressive life that.
But acting, which whilst is such a lovely kind of channeling and engaging thing, I think for some minds, and clearly for yours, it requires you to go off in different directions, because now you're writing and directing this movie.
Yes, I'm writing now movies with a lot of fart jokes, and so my father is.
The ancient Greeks had fart jokes. You leave them yes, if you leave it lying around for long enough, it becomes intellectual. It's just contemporary.
Shakespeare was all about farting.
Shakespeare, it was like, you know, the original title of Hamlet was
He Who Smelt It Hath Dealt It. Yes, hath dealt it. It's funny, the woman who directed A Case of You, Cat Coiro, this was the one My one little problem with her, and I'm going to talk about it now, I hope she's watching, I discovered this a couple weeks in, and I got really scared because the movie was in her hands at this point, that she revealed that she hates fart humor. Hey, like
I can hardly understand what you're saying.
I
to
don't,
me.
right?
Yeah,
It's like someone who hates the Beatles.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you?
I think it's the one thing that it's the first thing you laugh at,
right,
in a life, and it's hopefully going to be the last thing. And
just one more. Good night.
The best. I hope I go on a
right,
fart. So I would say to her, I would try to draw up like every conceivable scenario of like how a fart could be funny. And she had a good sense of humor, but I just don't get it. I don't see how. I said, okay. You're in church. It's a particularly solemn moment, maybe even a funeral, and everyone's just quiet, moment of silence, and someone just squeaks out like a little, or like a question, like a.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Like a, huh, like the thoughtful one.
Yeah.
And
I enjoy that. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better.
Oh, it's like, excuse me.
Yeah. But kind of like sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
But I'm not really.
Yeah,
Kind of like
funny.
a mischievous little
She
fart.
didn't think that was funny.
Nothing, and I kept trying. So I had this app. I downloaded this app.
I've got it.
Is this the quickest anyone's gone from Aquinas to fart apps in any conversation?
You don't see this show much, do you, pal?
Download this app. It's a lot of fun. I plug it into my speakers in my car, and we drive around. I love doing this in LA particularly because there are pockets of LA where these like super douchey clubs, and
I think I'm familiar with what you're
probably
talking about.
yeah. And outside there are lines of people. You think like you hear like loud, like, and like who would want to go there? And it seems like a nightmare to me. It seems like just like the epitome of hell. But there are lines of people just like dying to get in. Like please, God. And most of them are really like kind of girls with like good bodies, but they're all wearing those mini skirts that and they're always yanking them down. You know what I mean? And like walking in like uncomfortable heels like that. That kind of.
You're kind of turning me on doing that.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And so what I like to do is I like to pull up next to one of those places and say, roll down my window and have the fart thing ready and say, hey, does anybody know where whatever mood or loud is? and I get like kind of like a
Crikey.
response, like it's here. And as I'm saying thank you, I just blow a big. There it is. Yeah. Perfect. And drive away. Hours of fun. Hours of fun.
Vassar, you must be very proud. Justin Long, everybody. The lovely Justin Long, everybody. Justin Long. Welcome, Justin.
That worked.
Yeah, it was fine. It was absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. The idea of having anyone else here on Squirrel Appreciation Day would be wrong.
I heard it was Squirrel Appreciation Day, and I thought, God, I wonder what Craig is doing. And then they called about me coming on the show, and I was like, this is perfect, because I do actually genuinely love squirrels.
Really?
It's my second favorite animal, behind monkeys, of course.
I don't know if we can have you on Monkey Appreciation Day. There's a very long list of celebrities.
Sure.
Want to be here
I'm
that
happy
day.
you called me. And then I heard you were really sick, and
very sick,
I'm
man.
so sorry. I got over something, but nothing like what you have. And
Was that an STD that you had?
It was, yeah. It took a January gonorrhea.
Oh, right, that happens, yeah.
But of the many talents and qualities that you have, there's one that people may not be aware of, and I wasn't until recently.
And I'm not either. What are we talking about?
You're about to be. Is your bladder control? Let me explain. I was backstage about to come on, and I have a very tiny bladder. I think I'm in the midst of puberty, so certain things have yet to fully develop, and one of those I think is my bladder. So I'd had a couple sips of water and had to really go. And the sweet girl who was walking me back here, she said, "Is there anything you need?" Anything? And I said, "Do I have time to go to the bathroom?" Fully expecting her to say yes, and she said, very matter-of-factly, "No." And so I've been, just so you're all aware, at home as well, that I've a bladder full of urine as we speak. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did I do it? Is that how you do it? I could. now I'm gonna be looking at this. But Craig, I said, what does Craig do? I said, how does he? Thanks.
No, what do? I just, well, I sit like this.
Sit like that?
Also, I'm too worried about my double sinus infection.
Right. It's that's distracted. That pain is distracted.
Have you ever had a sinus infection?
Yeah, it's like, yes.
Oh, sorry.
I've had one. It's awful. Thank you.
It's like my head is packed full of badness.
Yeah, it's just this. When you touch it, it's very sensitive.
Yeah,
I'm so
right here.
sorry.
Yeah, right here.
And on Squirrel Appreciation and Hug Appreciation Day.
Yeah, it's hug a squirrel.
That's what I was mistaken, and I thought that's what it was. Because it's Hug Appreciation Day and Squirrel Appreciation Day, so I actually made a little tribute to what I thought was.
You made a film?
Yes, if we can roll it.
Yes, all right.
Gets a little. It gets a little. It's a little oddly sexual.
Was that in Sundance this year?
It was. We're holding out for Cannes. We were accepted by Sundance. We said, let's just go right to Venice, Cannes. That was my friend Brian Crano. He's a really funny filmmaker. He did that. And it got a little. Do you know about furries and plushies?
Plushies, yeah. People who.
Yes. Well, plushies. I think the furries. I almost said I used to be into this. I mean,
yeah, come on.
But I used to know a lot about this. Furries, for those of you who don't know, are people who have sexualized the squirrel outfits, the outfits like that. Sorry. Yes. Yes.
You monster! I thought you were an innocent pantomime horse.
God knows what is under there. But so that a furry would be someone who might make love to our friend over here. Yeah, and then
Friends,
yes. And then a plushie is somebody who just makes love to inanimate stuffed animals.
Oh well, that's better.
Yeah, I think
We'll be right back with more from Justin Long.
We'll talk more about And I guess Fishmaker did one that was. And he was the one that made sure they taught it at Oxford. So it was the first time, so it became part of the curriculum. And we're back on.
Sorry, we were talking about medieval philosophy, but let's get back to nut jokes. We actually were. We're talking about your dad, who's a renowned expert on fishing.
My dad, there's a man named Richard Fishaker who lived in the 12th century. My dad, 13th century.
Oh,
sorry,
God.
Dad.
You've ruined Christmas.
My dad, yeah, we were talking about it last time, and Craig was. I thought at first sarcastically curious, and then it turns.
No, I'm genuine. See, a lot of people think I'm being insincere because of my accent.
Right. Well, how awful is that?
It's a real curse. I'm genuinely sincere sometimes.
Right. It was.
No, I was.
It's followed by that impish.
Yeah, that was just a little mad thing I did. That's the sinus infection talk.
Oh, God, again, I'm so sorry. But
you gotta go.
Is that it?
Yeah, you have to pee.
No, you know what? I already did. Actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so it's fine. There's a little drip.
No, we have to clean up.
Okay, all right.
Justin Long, everybody. We'll be right back. You can't end the clip there, man. Oh, I see. Oh. Not on National Cat Day. Please welcome Justin Long, everybody. Justin Long. I gotta say, thank you for licking my bony friend.
Thank you for allowing me. That's disgusting.
What's disgusting? If you went over there and licked the skeleton.
Out of context, if someone just tuned in and heard you say, thanks for licking my bony friend, not good.
Don't know what you're talking about, good. Justin Long with no mustache.
Ticking.
Yeah, it's coming back, I guess.
It is, yeah. It must be, yeah.
What's happening with this movie? That's weird. We ended the clip the wrong bit.
It's a strange place to end the clip. I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, he
reveals he's what? A mermaid?
He has sewn. He's actually sewn an extra leg on, so I have 3 now legs.
Really? Is that what it is?
No, it's a movie about a guy that slowly turns another guy into a walrus. You know, that genre. That old...
Is it a musical?
Well, there are numbers, yeah, because I'm a walrus, so...
Right, yeah. I am the Eggman, he is the Eggman.
I don't know what you're talking
All right, then...
That's not a... I haven't heard anything pre-1990. But yeah, it's a very strange movie.
Yes, it seems a very strange movie about a gentleman that turns another gentleman into a walrus. Is that some kind of genre of sexual perversion that I don't know about?
You know, I thought...
Because I'm in, man. I'll go. I'll do it.
I thought I had every fear known to man. I thought I had, like, covered, you know, everything. And Kevin Smith, who wrote and directed this...
Now, Kevin has been here many times. That is a weird, perverted, strange, delightful, crazy gentleman.
I think you got them all.
Yeah.
You ticked all the adjectives that apply to Kevin. He's making these 3 movies now about, he calls it his True North trilogy. And the first one is, they all take place in Canada. So this is the first one. This guy is podcaster. I go looking for the story and I get lost in the
Lost in Canada?
Lost in Canada.
Well, they see right there, that's a problem because you get lost in Canada, you'll say, I'm lost, and a Canadian come over and go, hey, you're all right. You go over there, right? And
Yeah,
you're all right.
It's true. It doesn't make any sense.
No, they'll help you out. They're a beautiful nation.
I do love Canada, and we went to promote the movie in Toronto, and there are a few moments in the movie where I make fun of, we kind of tease Canadians for speaking.
They don't mind that.
Well, no, because we say they say a boot.
Yes.
We say about.
Yeah.
And they say sorry, and we say sorry.
Yeah.
And so they took offense at it, but we don't necessarily say that one is better than the other. In fact, when I was a kid, I thought it was cool to say sorry instead of sorry because I idolized Michael J. Fox so much.
On Family Ties, yeah.
Family Ties,
Yeah.
Back to the Future. I loved Michael J. Fox, and he said he's from Canada, so he would say sorry.
He would say sorry, yeah.
So for years I would say, are you telling? I'm sorry.
Look, I love Canada and I love Canadians, but it's not cool to pretend you're Canadian, man. That's
No, it was
like even Canadians, even the coolest Canadians are like, no, it's not cool, man.
It was more about pretending I was Michael J. Fox. Even to this day, this hand gesture comes from...
That's true, yeah. Mallory, yeah, that's right.
Doc, my mom has got the hots for me.
Hey, that's
Doc,
good.
are you telling me you
Wow.
put a time machine?
Wow. Yeah. That's great. That's really good.
Thanks. So I used to go, it was Halloween coming up, I used to go as Marty McFly for many years. Like,
What are you doing this year? You doing a walrus this year?
No, because everyone's going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So I was going to go as John Wick. But I see now this is why I'm not, because...
The Keanu Reeves movie?
That response. Well, yeah, I thought...
It's not out yet, is it?
Well, I don't know, but I just thought it'd be funny if instead of going to the door and saying trick or treat, I brandished a gun and I said, people keep saying I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. So it's my bad Keanu Reeves impression.
Do you know what's interesting? I thought until you started talking that turning into a walrus was the weirdest thing that was going to happen.
People keep saying I'm back. No?
Yeah, no, it's all right.
So my friends have the same reaction. They say it's too obscure.
It's too obscure.
Yeah.
You got to go with something else. I'm doing
Yeah.
Pikachu this year. That's
Pikachu. Oh, you just wear like a fur.
Yeah, you got a big yellow costume and the hat, and then Pika. I'm good. I'm done. Yeah.
I was thinking about just going as a Fraggle. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
I also thought about dressing up as Laurel, Stan Laurel with a bowler hat. I do a pretty good Laurel. And then just going, but I don't have anyone to be Hardy, so I was going to get a bag of Hardee's. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, that's better than my idea.
What was yours?
I was going to get a bag of Hardee's fried chicken and just be Laurel and Hardee's.
Laurel and Hardee's, that's
You
not
don't have
bad.
to laugh at that. I'll understand.
Although I want to be Stan Laurel.
Yeah, see, everyone.
I want to be Stan. Why, that's certainly true.
Laurel, Stanley.
Why, that's...
Oh, look, it's pretty good. It's very good. I did want to. Yeah.
Yes?
Very good.
It's for you.
Yes?
Great Scott, Marty!
Doc, are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
What the hell? I'm freaking out here! Really?
Sure, again.
Why are you pointing to the skeleton?
Oh,
What the hell? What's going on? What are you looking at me for?
He's my muse.
Oh, I see.
My angel, my lover.
Yeah, no, you
Maybe.
look good, yeah.
Really? I didn't know you
Check
guys
all the
knew each other.
boxes. You know, it's funny you mentioned Laurel. When I was a kid, I have two brothers, and we went as the Marx Brothers.
Ah, yes.
And I was the middle one, and for some reason...
What do you mean the middle one? Chico?
I had to be Chico. I love Chico now, but when you're a kid, you know, Harpo, this is going to be great for the younger audience.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Strudel. You have plenty of options. Go get them.
Yeah. Yeah. Go listen to them.
Yeah.
Highly.
You got whippersnappers all over the networks. This is for the geezers. Go on, bugger off.
Yeah. And now that I'm talking to you, can you stop with the bay? This bay thing has got to stop.
What bay thing?
You ever heard of bae? Like instead of babe, or they say it's the way of saying like my significant other, my lover.
My bae?
My bae. You don't know this?
Dude, put your hats on the right way and stop saying bae.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Not this bae. Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Within a matter of weeks, it's everywhere. This
You know, have you noticed teenagers getting on your lawn?
Getting on it?
Yeah, like on my lawn. The teenagers come over and they get on my lawn, and I'm like, get out of there. And they're like, all right, bae. And I'm like, what?
No, bae is a term of affection. They wouldn't be calling you bae.
Well, they might. I'm a Crikey.
You are. You know, I met in Costa Rica. I met a
Schnitzel.
What?
Yes, I met a great grandmother who was quite sassy and up for some fun. And she was like, I'm not kidding. She was she claimed to be a great grandma. Alone at a bar was a little sad, but yeah, with my friend James Duffy, who
who's going to be very excited to get a shout out for that story. Yeah. So what you're saying is James Duffy, your friend James Duffy, slept with a great grandmother in Costa Rica? That's what you said.
It's true. All right. Twisting it a little bit, but it's a better story that way.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
We have to take a commercial break.
Okay. All right.
What, for what?
I don't know. Something about I feel like we've crossed the line in some ways. And I feel like responsible.
This show crossed the line about 2011.
Okay, good. Well, enjoy, sponsors.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back, everybody. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm talking to Justin, and we were just kind of like talking about walruses and stuff.
You know, I was just telling him my mother saw Tusk, and she said, I got a text from her and just said, I think Kevin Smith is genuinely a psychopath, and you should stay as far away from him as possible. That was her review, but she, it's really dark.
Is Kevin a psychopath?
No, Kevin's a lovely human being. He's a...
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah, that's what psychopaths do.
That's what they do. They lull you into their friendly world, and then you're a walrus. Yeah.
That's true. It happens before.
Do you ever read John Ronson's book, The Psychopath Test?
No.
It's fantastic. John Ronson's a British writer, English writer.
Yeah.
Very, very clever guy. Very interesting. And also is now married to the hottest girl in my high school.
Who's that?
Elaine Patterson.
Oh, Elaine Patterson.
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 You know Elaine Patterson?
I thought you said Pattis. Your accent tripped me up. Patterson. Elaine Patterson. I don't. Have you talked about her on the show before?
Just how much cannabis did you have before you came in?
It was Lickin' Jeff.
You're right.
Like
that will get
toad.
you high. Licking Jeff. It is. It's like it's like one of them getting you high toads. You ever licked a toad?
No. No, but I used to have a lot of toads.
I mean, you used to have a lot of toads.
I had a Bufo marinus, it was called. That's the scientific. I'm going to drop my nerd card if I haven't already. It's a giant marine toad I had when I was growing up, and they're some of the most toxic of the Bufo to the toad species. Yeah, they're huge.
I'm not worried about, you know, Kevin Smith. I'm worried about you.
Hey man, you asked. I did. I had a bunch of toads.
What happened to your toad collection?
I had newts. I had toads. I had all sorts.
What happened to all these amphibious wonders?
You know, they're in the backyard, most of them. I remember before I...
Oh, you mean buried there?
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna get dark, but I caught two toads once stuck. At the time, I was way too old to not know what they were doing, but they were stuck. I thought, just stuck on each other, and they can't get it. And so I brought them home. This is true. I brought them home. I was like, 27, and no, I was like 12 maybe, but still too old to like not know any better. And I thought, like, compassionately ripped them apart because they were stuck together. And my parents saw the whole thing, and instead of taking that as a great opportunity to teach me about, the birds and the bees and the toads.
And the toads, yeah.
They just let me go through the surgery, and then the next day they were both, dead, and I knew nothing still for the next couple of years.
Give me just a second.
That should be
A little creepy music. Sleep well, everyone. Just enough.
I'll be back in 8 months. Can never get rid of him, can you?